Happy Tuesday, Nancy Burt-Preece here. Sorry, I seem to be moving my lives between Monday and Tuesday. I apologize by that, but it might happen a couple more times. Sorry. Busy life, but blessed. So here's all my contact information. If you don't have a demonstrator, please reach out. If you would like a newsletter from me, please reach out too. I share all sorts of things, all my classes, anything that's coming up. In fact, the card that we're going to create today is a to-go kit. So if you live locally and you can either pick it up or come to a class, it's $20 for 4 cards. If you need it shipped, I can ship. I will add a little bit more for shipping. So we're going to do the Scrappy strip technique. Bruno Burt-Preece from Australia came up with this a couple years ago. And I like to bring it out every once in a while because it's easy and it really is a lovely card. So this one I'm using, and I'm going to make a green one because if you get a kit from me, you'll get supplies for a green and a blue. So this is the blue one. I left it open on the inside so that you can put whatever you want. I need some thinking of you cards, so that's why I have that. It is so incredibly easy, and we all have extra strips. So I want to show you how to make this easy card. I did use a little bit of vellum, which is fun. I only used black ink. So I like this stamp set, Friendly Foliage, because it has some great sentiments. And I love this Thinking of You. I've used it I don't know how many times. I used some of the leaf images that I cut out from the Scalloped Wishes dies just in vellum. And I'll show you how I'm going to attach that. And this is a Stylish Shapes dies. So you don't need a lot. If you get a kit to go, I will give you a couple of different sentiment strips, depending on what you want to put on there. So just so you know, that's what you would get. I will give you enough materials. I give you an extra white on the inside in case you make a boo-boo. I'll give you anything I use to embellish it with. These were on the last chance, and now I think they're gone. So, but I will put that on the blue one anyway. And I think that's all. If you have any questions, please ask. I will check it after. If you happen to have a silicone mat, it's helpful to do this technique on that. If you don't, it's totally fine. So when you get a kit, you're going to get 3 different whites. You're going to get a large white for the outside, which is this mat. And you're going to go 2 small whites. And I don't know where my other one went. Okay, 2 small whites. The whites are 3 3/4 by 5. The large white mat for the outside only is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm using a shaded spruce card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'll set that to the side. And I am using some of the Garden Poetry Designer Series paper along with the Garden Poetry specialty paper. So what I have is I have scraps from different things I've done. I also like to use a 3/4. Well, I didn't cut that right, did I? Nope, I didn't. I will cut another one. I like to use a 3/4 by 5" inside strip. So let me show you how we do this. A few years back, Stampin' Up! Offered this small little guillotine paper cutter. You do not need this. You can use any paper cutter. But this one is small and easy to use, so I'm going to show you how I do it. It's very, very, very hard. I'm just kidding. It's not. I'm using, make sure it's 4 3/4 one way. Because it just gives you a little bit of more wiggle room. So I'm going to cut like this. I want this 4 3/4 piece so I have room to put it on my white. So I'm going to come through and I'm not measuring. Okay. Now I'll do some of these, making sure this one is, yeah, this one, some of them are a little bit longer than the others, and that's okay. I'm going to come through on a diagonal. There is no rhyme or reason. And then I'm going to come in with this one, which is a little different. It has this on the front. Okay, so if I need to cut more, I'll show you. But here's how I'm going to start. I'm going to start with my 3 3/4 by 5. Let's make sure I got the right one. Yes. On something that won't, like if you glue and it has glue on it, so it won't stick to the glue. So I'm going to start. It doesn't make a difference what I start with. Some people really think it out. I don't. I just let it have whatever happens is what happens, and I always like it. So I'm going to line this one up. If it goes a little over the edge, that's no problem. And then I'm just going to start moving. I'm just going to do whatever it is I want. You notice I'm using liquid glue. I do find that this technique works a little bit easier with a liquid glue. I'm going to put that one there. I figure it's time. Oops, I'm not going to do that one yet. Let's see, I'll do one of these. Remember, the paper has 2 different sides, except for the specialty paper. Everything has 2 different sides. So that's the beauty of this. You can just use it as you choose. I'm not letting any of the white show, but could you? Yeah, you sure could. Now this one, I'm gonna let this other side show. Every single time I make this card, it looks different. Because, I mean, I guess I could make it look exactly the same. I don't, but you could. I might put I'll put one of these on there. See, this one is not double-sided. This is that specialty, Garden Poetry specialty paper. I'm going to go this way, change it up just a little bit. And see, last time I put 2 of those. This time I probably will only get 1 of them, and that's totally fine. The paper is fun in the background, but it doesn't make a difference what you do, which I like. I think I like, no, those are 2 right next to each other. Yeah, I think I like that one, but I might have it go that way. Okay. So it's not hard, and I'm going to move that just a little bit. There's a peak of white. That's totally fine. I'm going to put the other scraps over to the side. I'm going to peel this off. Now, when you have a silicone craft sheet, you let this dry and you just peel it off with your fingers. And it's so easy. So I bet you all have scraps that you can use for this technique. Once again, if you get a take-home kit, the cutoff for being signed up for the take-home kit is tomorrow, Wednesday the 15th. So I'm just coming back through and cutting. And I would, if I were you, I'm going to do this after I'm off camera. I'm going to just clean up with a little bit of hand sanitizer my scissors, because they might get a little bit glue on them. I'm rushing it. If I were you, I'd probably let it sit a little bit longer, but I'm rushing it because I'm on camera, you know. But this is so easy, and you put a sentiment on there, and it looks so neat. Okay, once again, I'm going to clean these because you can see there's a little bit of glue. I just use a little bit of hand sanitizer, rub it on there to get that glue off. If you come through and you see that a little part on the bottom isn't sticking, just add a tiny bit of glue. So easy. And like I say, every time it turns out differently. Now I'm going to adhere that to my white mat. Would I need to do that? No, but I just thought it stuck out a little bit. I kind of liked it with the white mat. It just made the design pop a little bit. Once again, you don't have to do that. Then I'm going to adhere it to my card base. I mean, isn't like every color is so spectacular. Let's see if I got a strip over here that's long enough. Is there a 5-inch strip? Yeah, I might be able to get one. Let's see if I can do a 3 just over right here on my paper trimmer, making sure I'm kind of doing it quick, so I'm making sure it's even. Okay. For my inside white, I can just put a little bit. You can use, once again, either side. I like to just put, since this is a designer series paper card, it's really nice to have a little interest on the inside. And I got a little glue on that, so I'm going to go this side. My favorite thing to do is get glue on it when I'm working with glue. So that's, you do have to be careful. All right, make sure that's nothing. It's just yuck. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. This paper with the specialty paper is really pretty. I mean, that's really pretty. I like to have thinking of you cards because I don't know about you, but they're nice for people that are going through a rough time, if they had a loss, whatever is happening. It's so nice. I just used black on my label. Once again, if you get a kit, you will have a couple of different label choices because you're using your own sentiment at home. I'm going to put a little bit, can you see I'm putting a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to just have this one go that way. Every time I do it a little bit different. And then I will also give you lots of dimensionals. You'll get some dimensionals to pop this sentiment up. It's amazing what just a little bit of that vellum that vellum just adds. I had, if you've been watching my videos, I did a vellum class with some vellum techniques, and this is really a nice technique too. So see, I have the leaves going a little bit different, totally fine. And I'll give you a couple, if you get a kit from me, I'll give you a couple of different gems. Hello. So this one, these are current. These are the metallic gems. So I hope you try this Scrappy strip technique. It is so easy and it really lends quite a wow to your projects. Have a wonderful day. Take care.